Hi, Sharon Brennan here, Cottage Lane Stamper. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Minnesota, and I couldn't wait to get this month's paper pumpkin kit. It is called Painted Petals. Now, if you subscribe to my Facebook group page, Cottage Lane Stamper and Friends, you will notice that I had mentioned yesterday about this stamp set called Painted Petals. I got this one before I became a demonstrator. I fell in love with it. I still use it today. It's also called Painted Petals, and I was curious as to how close these two would come, the designs. So I think maybe I'll be able to intermingle them just from looking at the outside of the box. I haven't opened it yet, so here we go. Oh, I should say this box is gorgeous. You could use it as a gift box. You could put a little stamp design on front. And it does say paperpumpkin.com, but it's beautiful green. But I think it'd make a great gift box. And there are some ideas on how to reuse the paper pumpkin boxes out there on Pinterest too. So here's our stamp set. And I don't know if you can see it or not. It's got the flowers and some little hash marks. It says, hello, let's celebrate you. Friends like you make life beautiful. You're simply the best, and I'm so lucky to have you in my life. So some wonderful sentiments. Now, we're going to take this out, and I always say when you get paper pumpkin in the mail, it's like getting a gift for yourself. So, anyway, if you're not a paper pumpkin subscriber, you can scan that QR code and subscribe. This is also my events calendar, my blog, and if you don't have a demonstrator and you'd like to buy some Stampin' Up! Supplies, this is the QR code for my store. So, let's open this. You'll always get an ink spot, and this one happens to be gray granite. I also want to mention, with your first kit, your initial kit, you'll get a paper pumpkin clear block that you can use for subsequent kits. So that's what that looks like. It's beautiful rose colored paper. And here are our cards. Now I'm going to show you a couple tips that I've learned to set you up for success when putting together your paper pumpkin kit. So the first thing I do is I'll open this up and just take your little scissors and slide along there and peel it off. Now I flipped it over and notice that the instructions are on the back side, so make sure you grab those in case you want to discard this chipboard. And they have a little image that you can fold in half and put in maybe a CD case or a DVD case or some other kind of like clear envelope to put with your stamp set. So it is, I think, about the same size. Oh, it's a little bit bigger, but they'll always include that too, so you have that. I personally, print off the case sets. I don't have one handy here, but I will print off or upload the case insert onto my Facebook page and my blog, so you can download them there for free. Let me go and grab a case and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I have this one handy. It's from last year. I was working on cards for the people in my apartment building. And so this is the case insert here. And I'll take it out so you can see it better. So you can print this off on copy paper, and there's also a link on my blog, I think, to the CD cases. If not, I'll include it with my blog for this one. And so you just print it out and put it in, slide it in here. You have to trim it down a little bit, and I'll give the dimensions for that. But I think it's like 7.5 by 10 1/4. And then you can store your paper pumpkin stamps there. I'll put those there. Sometimes if I have extra pieces or a couple of the extra cards, I'll also include that in my case. So you can find the inserts, like I said, on my blog, or and I'll put links to those in my blog. So anyway, when you first get your kit, the first thing you want to do is take the instructions, and I love that they're in color. So look at these beautiful cards. So this is like card 1 and card 2 and card 3, and it shows you the pieces that you'll need. And this is like a summary page of what they look like and the pieces that you'll need. So, and then also if you want to make additional cards or do alternatives, it will tell you on the back the colors that are included in the kit. So this kit has Calypso Coral, Daffodil Delight, Granny Apple Green, Gray Granite, Old Olive, Milla Mambo, Mossy Meadow, Peach Pie, and Pretty in Pink. And then there is also a limited supply of the coordinating dies. So, and then if you want to watch a video, you can scan that QR code. So we are going to, this is what I do when I first get my kit. So I'll take, let's see, I'm going to use this summary and divide my kit up by the pieces. So this one has some gorgeous little embellishments. They're like iridescent sequins. I like sequins myself because when you're mailing them, you don't have to worry about them poking through the envelope. And then we've got some mini dimensionals. I'm going to set those aside, and looks like we have some self-adhesive strips that we're going to be using. So put that over here. Then I take my envelopes and set them aside. Now these are gorgeous, aren't they? They all come, I love the pre-printed envelopes. This one happens to come in 3 different colors. Sometimes they're all the same. Each kit is different. Some kits may be crafts, but generally they're cards. And this one has 3 different patterns, 3 cards each, or 3 designs, 3 cards each. So those are gorgeous cards. And then the front, oh, I love this. I like how they put the decoration down in the lower left-hand corner, so that when you put your stamp on here and your return address, it isn't covering up the beautiful designs. So those are absolutely gorgeous. Can't wait to mail those off. So we've got, these are our card bases. So what I do when I get my kit is I divide up the card bases by card 1. So this is card 1. I put that in one pile. And, oh, we got more stuff here. And more stuff here. And this is card 2. And card 3. I think this is the easiest way to do it, to separate it by the card bases and then put the pieces that go with each design on top of that. And that's how I like to do it. I find it to be most successful. So we're going to look at card 1, which uses, these are the laser cut pop out pieces, and sometimes you might get extras, which is kind of nice if you mess up with stamping. So there's 1, 2, and it looks like I got 2 layers here. It feels like 2 layers here. 3, and then we're also going to use 3 of these pink strips. And then the leftover pieces, if there's leftover labels, you can always use them on a separate card. So those are, let's see. And then, oh, these are gorgeous, aren't they? Oh, I love these. Beautiful. I might have to order an extra set. Now, if you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, if there are kits left, you can purchase a kit. They usually list them, I think, after the 21st of the month. You can either purchase refills if they have them available, or full. Sometimes they'll even have full kits, but you have to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber in order to be able to purchase it. So let's see, I don't want to wreck this little leaf here. There's one of those, and I'm gonna make one of each card, so I'm just gonna punch these out right now. So those are the pieces for card 1. This one goes on card 2 and 3. And we'll set that aside. Now for card 2, we are going to need the flower and this laser label. There's 4 here, so we have 1 extra left over. And then we are going to use one of each of these. I love the colors in this set. It's gorgeous. I love pink. I'm sorry. And then for card 3, we need this green label here. We'll toss that away, and then we've got our laser cut piece already here, and put those in the box for more. And then we are using this piece here. Now evidently I see there is another shape label here, and I'm guessing that is for this stamp here. It's not that I can see, it's not showing up on any of the cards here. So there's an extra one to give you a little extra, a chance to create your own design. So I'm just going to actually put all these extra pieces back in the box along. And if you're at a class and you set these out, one thing you can do is, after you punched all your pieces out, put the pieces for that card inside the card until you get to it, so you have them all together. So I'm going to leave one of these out. So I'm going to put the rest of these pieces inside these card bases and put them in my box for later. And I'm going to do the same with this, because I'm going to start with card 1. And leave this base out. Fold these up. Tuck these inside. So I already have my pieces all punched out for the other cards. So we're going to use this card base, one of these, and one of these. And these will go back in this card base. So they're all together like that. So now we are going to start on our cards. So we're going to start with card 1. Fold these up, put these inside. And set that aside. So I love how they put the directions. So here's card 1. Now it shows that they're using I'm lucky to have you in my life. So we're going to take that one out and put it on our block. And then it also shows step by step how you put these on. So the little octagonal shapes, if you can see those, are the dimensionals. And we don't have any glue dots in this, but we do have the adhesive strips. So if there were glue dots, they would be a small circle, black circle. So we're going to get to going on this. First thing we're going to do is open up our ink spot. And we're going to use our scissors to open it up. Okay. So I'm going to take my paper snips, and I should mention that with the paper pumpkin kit, they are all inclusive, and we have other kits on our website called the Kits Collection, and they are all inclusive too. So the only thing you ever really need is a pair of our paper snips. So I like to just run the edge of my scissors along that seam, and hopefully it will open without me getting too much ink on my hands. There we go. And what I like to do, I store mine upside down in like an accessory box, a jewelry accessory box, and then I like to write the name of it on the bottom, if I can find my marker here. I like to use a fine point Sharpie, and I must have done something with, oh here, that's not it. Anyway, I think I see it. You're in the right church, just the wrong pew. So I have a fine point Sharpie, and I like to write gray granite on the bottom, so that when they're stored upside down, I can see what color it is. And the reason I store them upside down is so that the ink stays towards the top of the pad. Okay? Now, because this stamp pad is smaller than our image, I'm going to stamp it upside down. And I just want to test this. Yep, okay. Sometimes what I like to do, they have a little bit of foam on them, or film on them, I should say. And I'm just going to wipe this off quick with my chamois. It's another thing, a basic thing that you should have in your kit too is a a chamois. And I like to take a nail brush and just lightly take that film off. Seems to me I get a better image when I do that and wipe that excess off. You don't have to do it hard. You don't have to do it a lot of times. And what we're going to do now is stamp it. Now I like, for photopolymer stamps, which are these clear stamps, I like to use my paper piercing mat. And actually I have the little mailing sheet that came with the box. Turn it upside down. So now we're going to ink this. If you don't have a paper piercing mat, use the chipboard from your kit. And now I have to figure out which way, with my directions. Here we go. I want to make sure that, okay, there's like, I'm just comparing to see how this lays out. It's got like two little rises in the middle and then two little ones, one on the end and one on the bottom towards the center. So we're just going to stamp our image, and I'm going to ink it up once again because I talk too much. And we're going to line this up the right way. And I'm going to actually take this out of here just so you can see it a little bit better. So, lining that up, I can see the edges of it, and stamp. You don't want to rock like this. You want to go straight down and straight up again. So, we have that. And I need to find my cover there. I don't want getting ink all over anything. So we're going to set that aside. And another basic thing to have in your kit supplies, your basic card making kit, I should say, is a bone folder. So, sorry, it's pretty dirty. I use it a lot and I don't clean it off every time. So now we fold that, give it a nice sharp crease. We had a bit of a technical issue, so I'm not sure where I have left off. My memory card was full. So anyway, to recap, I have stamped my image on the label and then taken a strip from our adhesive strips and put it on the back of that. I peeled off the strip, and then I placed the this pink strip on top of it. Let me show you what I mean. So I peeled off a strip, I placed this on here, and then I turned it over and gave this a good rub for the adhesive strip to stick to this piece. And then I placed this on the card about where it shows in the directions. So I hope we didn't miss too much there. So that is on here now. Now we are going to take this and we're going to use our mini dimensionals, and it will even show you where to place them here on the big flower, and there's 4 of them used here, so we're going to do that. Turn it this way. I like these little mini dimensionals for these small spaces. Whoop. There, and got an extra one there and here, and it still wants to stick to me. It says, take me, take me. peel off the backing and place it where it kind of shows on this image right here. Kind of off center a little bit and down towards the bottom. Just because those a little bit light press. Now we put one more dimensional, and it shows, when you flip it over, it shows it's on this side here. Is that right? Oh, it has one dimensional here. Yep. And then one dimensional on the other side. And peel this off. And then this goes right on top of there, kind of off center a little bit. So you get a little bit of that pink peeking out. Now we're going to use our gems, and you can use your take your pick tool. You can use this, or I have also an older, we don't sell these anymore, they're called paper piercing tools. And I like to use this because it's easier for me to place these. Now, it looks like there's two different sizes here. So they're using, where are they placing them? I'm going to look at the cheat sheet and see if it shows on the finished card where they are. And I can't see a specific place, so just put them wherever you want. I'm going to put them, a big one down here, and then I'm going to put two smaller ones up here. Thought it stuck to my finger. And there is card one. Isn't that gorgeous? I had to go turn my fan on. It's getting warm in here. It's supposed to be really humid out today, so I had to turn my air conditioner on. Otherwise, I like to. It's been a nice cool week this week, so there's that card. Now we're going to do card two. And flip over to page 2. Now, if you want to make alternative ideas, go to Paper Pumpkin fan page, I believe it's called, on Facebook, and you can see a lot of different alternative ideas for the kits. So here are the pieces for this kit. Basically the same type of pieces. We're going to give this a good crease so it lays flat. And this sentiment gets stamped with "Let's Celebrate You." I like to, when I peel them off, I like to lay them down for a second just in case I've stretched it a little bit, and then put my block on. Sometimes you stretch them and you turn them purposely, but that wouldn't work so good with this. No, there's my, it's hard to see white on white. So I'm going to bring this back in, and I'm going to give this a little bit of a rub, clean it off. Now you don't have to do, some people just use their finger. There's other methods that other people use. I'm just going to do a test of how this looks, and that looks good. So we're going to re-ink it again. I like to keep this upside down so I can just set it right on there. And hopefully I've got this. Let me pull this out of here again so that you can see. Straight down and straight up. Now I got a little bit of a mark there. Let's see if we have an extra one. We do. So I'm going to just redo this. In this case, I don't think it will line up if I turn it over. No. So let's try it again. Usually if it's just a plain label that doesn't have a lot of bumps and that doesn't line up with the script, I should say, then you can just flip it over and start over. There, that's better. Okay, get this out of here. Now we're going to bring this back in here. And this one goes on this side. Find my little strips back. We're going to peel off this strip here. I'm going to bring this back in so you can see. Lay this down here. I'm going to place this strip right in the center there. And then get my bone folder, give it a good press, and peel it off. You don't have to do that. I just think it helps it stick a little bit more. So this one goes on this side, right around there. And this one has many dimensionals. On right there, it shows where they go. So it has one here. And I like to pick these up with this too, especially if you are older like me and maybe have some dexterity issues. And you can do that, and you can peel them off with your fingers, or you can even use this to lift them off. Kind of poke it and lift it. But usually there's not too much of a problem with peeling them off. So this one goes more to the right. These are gorgeous cards. And then again, we're going to have a many dimensional like right here. And then I'm going to look at this side and say, okay, it goes on right there. So make sure I get them in the right spot. Oh, sticks to my fingers. Go press, peel it off, and just some of that calypso coral peeking out from behind. So there is card 2. These go together so quickly. Now we're going to move on to card 3. And basically the same process. I'm going to use one of those labels and put these in here. And give it a good burnish. And this sentiment uses "You are beautiful." Oh, and clean this off. Lay it down, stick it on. You can give it a little rub with your fingers, take off some of that film. I just like to use that nail. You find them in Walmart at in the nail section, nail polish section. Excuse me. So now we're going to take our ink, get our label, and stamp it up. give it a test run. Looks good. Get our label out here and pick it up and make sure it's going the right way. Okay, get this out of here again so you can see. Re-ink it. I love clear labels because you can see right through them and line them up so nicely. And I did it upside down, but you know what? It's okay because it's still lined up. I think I'll put it right side up on the card though. Oh boy, you can't laugh at yourself. Who can you laugh at, right? So we're going to take our strips here, line them back, and we're going to peel off one. Take this and line it up. Give it a little bit of a burnish. Peel it off. Put it back in the box so I don't lose it. And this one goes off to the left again. And get our mini dimensionals and put those on here. I don't know if you do this when I'm stamping something and it's just on plain cardstock or whatever. I'll go and turn it over even though it's like the same on the other side. It's like crazy. I don't know. It's just nuts. I'm going to put those back in the box for later. And peel these off. I have my little can right here. So I can just flick these little, because you find these all over your house. And sometimes all over your body. So this one goes like here. These are just absolutely gorgeous. And I believe that the images are all hand painted and then created into the cards. Oops, I need these again once more. Oh, and I forgot to put that on the wrong side. I forgot to put sequins on the last card. I just remembered. So put that one there. And this here. And there. Now what we're going to put, see, it's so you really can't see where the sequins are on here. So we're going to use generally the same pattern as the first card. We're going to put one down here. Maybe a couple up in here. A little bit of variety. And we'll put some on this one too. And when you embellish, you want to embellish in odd numbers. Generally, I do 3. It's aesthetically more pleasing to the eye. So I'm putting all my supplies back into my box so I don't lose them. And my extra stamps. Now this stamp here will match the dies that you can get as an add-on. Right there. And the add-ons go with 3 different kits. So this add-on will go with, let's see, there was one for January, February, March, then for April, May, June, and now July has this new add-on. So this would be good for July, August, and September, which is kind of fun. You can use these for other card ideas or to make alternatives. So there are our cards. Let's see if we can pull out our envelopes. So this envelope goes with that beautiful card. And this one goes with this one. And this one goes with that one. So I hope I gave you a few tips to make this less painful. Because sometimes if you punch out all the pieces and they have them laying all over, then it can be overwhelming. Okay, what goes with what? So I found this the best system to make my cards. So there you go. And like I said, if you don't have a demonstrator, I'd be honored to be yours. And you can subscribe to the Paper Pumpkin Kit. You can go month by month, or you can buy a year subscription. You can pause at any time. Say we don't really know what the kit's going to have in it. They kind of give us a hint by some photographs that they send out. But they're always a surprise. And they'll tell you if it's a card kit or a craft kit. But like I said, it's this one was like gorgeous, and I think it will go nicely with my other stamp set too, so I can mix and match them. So anyway, if you don't have a demonstrator, would like to subscribe, or if you need any other Stampin' Up! Supplies, click there. So there are my QR codes. Once again, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend with me. I appreciate it, and may God bless you. Here's a quick little PS that I just discovered. So when you have this, you know exactly where your stamps go, back on the plastic after you've cleaned them. So just thought I'd point that out. Bye.